All right, so we're going to put everything together in this last section here where we have variables on both sides, but now I'm going to throw in combining like terms and the distributive property. Nothing new, it's just a bunch of old stuff put together. Quick review of the steps. Don't forget we're simplifying each side first. Remembering our goal, isolate the variable. To get to that goal, we undo addition first, undo multiplication second. You do not have to write these down, just wanted to refresh your memory. We're just going to go straight into an example. Negative 15 plus 6x equals 6x minus 18 minus 2x. So let's start simplifying each side. And the first step here is to undo all of our addition, our subtraction, make our subtraction addition, and find the opposite of the next number. So we still have some simplifying to do. If you look over here on the right-hand side, gotta simplify. So quick little review. Combining like terms is all I have. I know I have parentheses here, but remember, just because you see parentheses doesn't automatically mean you distribute. You only distribute if there's a number being multiplied by the parenthesis. So what I do have is I have variables that I can actually combine. 6x and negative 2x make 4x. Remember, when you're simplifying, nothing is going across the equal sign. When we simplify, we're just focusing on one side and we're following the order of operations to combine things that are alike or distribute or whatever. So these two steps are simplify steps. Now I can solve. So this next section will be the solve section. I have an equation with variables on both sides. You decide where you want to start when you solve. If you want, on this example, you can solve with me, or if you want to pick something different to eliminate first, go ahead and do that on your own and then come back and check in with me and make sure that you got the same answer that I did. Now, to go along with my strategy, I'm picking an x to get rid of first. I'm picking 4x because 4 is smaller than 6. And then I just start solving. I move my variables to the left, so my constants are going to go to the right. I ran out of room. I get 2x equals negative 3. X equals negative 3 over 2. So the only thing happening here is we just have a simplification step. And once we simplify, it looks pretty familiar from this step here. Example 2. So again, remembering our first step is to simplify. So let's change subtraction to addition on both sides here. So once I do my additive inverse, now I look on the left, I look on the right. Is there anything I can do? Can I clean this up a little bit, simplify it down? And I actually can. Put my arrows down below, I ran out of room. So remember, we only distribute when we have a number right next to the parentheses like I have here. So I get 6x plus negative 2 equals 2x plus negative 10. And remember, these steps right here were my simplify. Then I'm going to solve. Okay. I'm going to add negative 2x to each side. Again, you know I like to remove a variable first. And I like to eliminate the coefficient that's smaller. So that's why we had negative 2x on both sides. So now I have 4x plus negative 2 equals negative 10. And then go ahead and solve that two-step equation. It's very simple. If you want to follow along with me, you can, or go ahead and just start working on your own. Move this over. So I get 4x equals negative 8. Multiply both sides by 1/4. That's the reciprocal of 4. Remember that cancels out here. And I end up with x equals negative 2. Just in case you need a little review, when I multiply my negative 8 times 1/4, we multiply across, which gives me negative 8 over 4, which is negative 2. Next example. Again, we have a lot going on here, but we just breathe, take our time, and simplify each side first. So that's our very first step, is to simplify each side. Now, first thing I'm handling is this subtraction. So 5 plus negative 2 times 4x plus 9. Now this next part is where if you're not careful, you're not thinking about the order of operations, you're going to make a mistake. Remember, when we simplify, we follow the order of operations. So on the right-hand side is where I have things to do. In my parentheses, I cannot add these numbers because I have an x and a constant. I don't have exponents, so now I look for multiplication, which will be distributing this negative 2. Please do not add these numbers first. That's everybody's initial thought, is to just add the numbers. That's not the case. If there's something to distribute, you've got to distribute first, because multiplying comes before adding. Okay, so we have 7 plus 2x equals 5 plus negative 2 times 4 is negative 8x plus negative 2 times 9 is negative 18. We're going to look on the right-hand side, keep simplifying. I have constants that I can combine. 5 plus negative 18 is negative 13 plus negative 8x equals 7 plus 2x. Now again, you can eliminate any of those terms. I like going for the variable with the smaller coefficient. So I'm going to add 8x to both sides. At this point, if you want to try a different term to eliminate first, kind of do it your own way, go ahead and do that and see if you come up with the same answer. If you're still a little bit tentative, unsure, go ahead and work it along with me. So once I eliminate my x's on the right, I have 10x on my left. Now remember, if I eliminated my variable on the right, that means I'm going to eliminate the constant on the left. So that 7 is what goes next. It's kind of like Red Rover. My variables all went to the left, my constants are going to the right. Oops, let me continue up here. So these cancel, and I have 10x equals negative 20. Multiply both sides by 1 over 10. 10's cancel, and I get an x equals negative 2. Let's do a little guided practice. Here's your first problem. It seems really big, but it's not that bad. Just remember your steps. Simplify first. So take a second and try this on your own. Make sure you hit pause. All right, so take a look. This is the first part of the solving of the equation. The finished part will be in just a second. So hit pause and go through each step and compare how you did. And here is the final steps. So pause again, rewind if you have to, so that you can compare your answer. Here's a second guided practice. Something to remember here. If you don't see a number, when you do your additive inverse here, if there's no number here, what number could be there? So hit pause, try this problem. And here is your final work and answer. So compare what you got and let me know if you have questions.